Good afternoon, everyone. This is Reema, your biology educator from V-Learning, and I welcome you all to yet another session of V-Learning. So, V-Learning is an online educational platform where we provide quality education for all. So, to get all the benefits from our channel, do subscribe to it and also share it with others so that someone will be getting benefit out of it. And also don't forget to click on the bell icon so that you get notification of all my classes. So we are in which chapter? We are in chapter number 4, right? So what is this chapter number 4? This chapter number 4 is all about your animals. Here in this chapter, we are learning about what? We are learning about the animals, about their body structure, what are the various organs they are made up of, then how is the circulatory system, right? So in this, you have been studying the various phylum. We have started with the phylum Porifera, right? And our previous class, I have completed 4 phylum, right? So what was that phylum? We have studied about what? We have studied about phylum Platyhelminthes, then we have studied about phylum Aschelhelminthes, right? And also we have studied about phylum Annelida, phylum Orthopoda, isn't it? So we have seen so many phylums till now, and we have reached to the you have seen that the animals, they have reached to the organ system level of organization, right? So in this chapter, you have seen that the animals, they will be having the basic characteristics. On those characteristics, the animals are being segregated and kept into different phylum, right? So phylum Porifera, in that phylum, the animals, they have only cells. That is, they have only cellular level of organization, right? So after that cellular level of organization, what was the next phylum we have studied? We have studied about the phylum Cnidaria, isn't it? So here in this Cnidaria and phylum Ctenophora, we have seen the tissue level of organization, right? And from the phylum Platyhelminthes, the organ level of organization started, isn't it? So far we have completed till phylum Orthopoda. So in today's class, we are going to learn more 4 phylums. What are the 4 phylums we are going to learn? Yes, your phylum Mollusca, then phylum Echinodermata, phylum Hemichordata, and phylum Chordata. And this is your lecture number 4. So let's begin today's session without any delay. I hope you all are ready with your notebooks, right? So yes. Now, as you can see here in this, you can see the picture, right? What is this? This is your octopus, right? And here you can see the picture of a snail, isn't it? So, in the phylum Mollusca, these animals, they have got a very soft body. Their body are very, very soft, right? So, you can see this is the octopus. How is their body? Their body, when it is adult, it is bilaterally symmetrical. That is, we can divide it into the equal halves. That is through the radius. So this mollusca, these animals, they have got a calcareous shell. This calcareous shell, it protects them from the prey, right? So now let us study in detail what are the characteristics of this phylum Mollusca. Yes. Now this phylum Mollusca, they are the second largest animal phylum. So you have seen that phylum Orthopoda, right? So phylum Orthopoda are the first largest animal phylum. After that, what comes after that is your phylum Mollusca. So phylum Mollusca are your second largest, right? They are the second largest animal phylum. So remember, MCQ might come from here that which one is your second largest animal phylum? That is your phylum Mollusca. Clear? Yes. Now, where they are found? They are found both in the terrestrial as well as in the aquatic. You know that this octopus you will see in the sea only, isn't it? That is, they are marine. That is, they are aquatic, right? But we see this snail in the terrestrial, in the land, isn't it? So, where is their habitat? Their habitat is your both terrestrial as well as your aquatic. Clear? Yes. Now, what is the level of organization? From the phylum Platyhelminthes, all the phylum will be your organ system level of organization. Clear? So, their level of organization is your organ system level of organization. Now, how is the symmetry? As I have said that the symmetry is they are bilaterally symmetrical. Now, what do you mean by this bilaterally symmetrical? Means we can divide it into two equal halves, isn't it? So they are bilaterally symmetrical. Now, what is this germ layers? You all know what is this germ layers, right? During the formation of the embryo, what happens? There are three germ layers. What are the three germ layers? One is your ectoderm, then mesoderm, and another is your endoderm, isn't it? So they have got this triploblastic germ layers. Clear? So from the phylum Platyhelminthes, all the phylum will be having what? All the phylum will be having this triploblastic germ layers, which we have already learned in our previous class, isn't it? So next, how is the coelom? Now you know what is the coelom, right? Coelom is the body cavity. So what is this body cavity? Body cavity means where all the systems are present, like your digestive system, circulatory system, isn't it? That is your body cavity. Now what is this coelom? They are coelomate. That means they have got cavity. They have got coelom, right? So they are coelomate. Now, how is their body? Their body are unsegmented. So they have got an unsegmented body, and the body is covered with this calcareous shell. So this is made up of calcium. So this calcareous shell is made up of calcium, okay? So some may have this calcareous cell, whereas some may not have. So how is their body? This is most important. Their body is your soft. So their body is soft. Clear? Yes. Okay. Now what is this picture? This is a snail, isn't it? So how is the body of this snail? Let me draw it here. So if I draw it like this, okay, this is the tail, then here it comes like this. So these are your muscular foot, and this is the eye of the snail, and this is your head, let's say. So a snail has got head, right? So this is your anus. So this part is your anus. They have got anus. Then this one, as you can see, this part, isn't it? So it is very soft, right? This one is called as your muscular feet. So this is your muscular feet. So this is your muscular foot or muscular feet. Now what is this hump? So you can see in this picture they have got this hump, isn't it? And this is made up of a shell. We have studied about this calcareous shell, isn't it? So this calcareous shell, it provides protection to them against the prey. Now what is this prey? Prey means the animals which are going to attack them, right? So this calcareous shell, they have a covering that protects them, right? So this is known as your visceral hump. Let me draw it here. So this is your visceral hump. So in the body of the snail, you will find all these parts. And here on top of this visceral hump, they have a structure that is known as your mantle. M-A-N-T-L-E. It's not mental, it's mantle. Clear? And in between this mantle and visceral hump, now what is this visceral hump? Let me tell you. So in the visceral hump, what happens? All the respiratory and then digestive organs and excretory organs, everything is present inside this visceral hump. Clear? So this is a visceral hump, let's say. So inside this, what happens? The respiratory organs and the digestive system, circulatory, excretion, every organs are present in this visceral hump. Clear? Okay. Now, on top of this visceral hump, they have got a mantle, right? And this space you can see, right? So, yes. Okay, let me take this blue color. This space, you can see, right? This space is known as your mantle cavity. So, this space is known as your mantle cavity. Clear? So the space between your visceral hump and mantle is known as mantle cavity. Clear? So here you can see this is the structure of your mollusca, or this is the structure of your, what is that? This is your snail, right? Now on top of it, some of them, they have got a shell. So in some, the shell is not present, like in case of octopus. So in case of this snail, you will see that calcareous shell. So on top of that, they have got a covering, that is shell, that is made up of your calcium. Clear? So here they have got this gills. So this is like this, and here is the anus. So this is your alimentary canal. So it comes here and it goes here. This is the end part. This is anus, where the excretion takes place, right? So here they have got a structure, that is your gills, through which they respire. So let us see the characteristics. Now you can see in this picture, this is a snail and this is an octopus, isn't it? So they have got tentacles. One more thing is they have got tentacles. So these are your tentacles. So near the mouth they have got, so this is the mouth, let's say. So near the mouth they have got tentacles. These tentacles, what they do, they capture other animals. This tentacles helps in the capturing of other animals. Clear? So let us see the characteristics of this mollusca. So they have got a distinct head. We have seen they have a head. Yes, they have a distinct head. They have a muscular foot and they have visceral hump. Now I think you are clear which one is the visceral hump, right? And what is the function of this visceral hump, isn't it? So a soft and spongy layer of skin forms a mantle over the visceral hump. So we have seen that which one is the mantle, right? So a soft and spongy layer of skin is present on top of your visceral hump, that is known as your mantle. Clear? Yes. Now what is this mantle cavity? We all have studied, you know what is mantle cavity, right? The space between your visceral hump and the mantle is your mantle cavity. So the space between the hump and the mantle is called the mantle cavity, in which feather-like gills are present, which helps in the respiration and expiration. So they have got what? They have got feather-like gills. So here this one is the gills. This one is the pharyngeal gills. So here the gills are present, which helps in respiration. So next what they have, the anterior head region has sensory tentacles. So in the snail you will see that they have got tentacles here, somewhere here they will be having like this structure. So these are your tentacles. So these are your what? These are your tentacles. They also have got tentacles. Clear? And what else they have got? The mouth contains a file-like rasping organ for feeding, that is called your radula. This is very, very important. Question might come that which phylum has got this radula? Which phylum has got this radula? Under which phylum we have studied this radula? It is your phylum Mollusca, isn't it? So they have a mouth. So in near the mouth, inside the mouth, they have got a file-like rasping organ. What is the name of that organ? That is radula. What is the function of this radula? What they do? They use this radula for feeding, right? So they use this radula for eating. So here somewhere near the mouth, there will be a rasping organ, that is your radula. Okay. So this is the structure of your mollusca. Snail. Yes. Now you are clear with all these things, right? Now how the reproduction is taking place. What about the reproduction? We have seen their body, isn't it? The reproduction is dioecious. So they are dioecious. That is, what do you mean by this dioecious? That is, male and female are different, isn't it? So they have only one gametes, that is, male can produce sperm, whereas female only produces sperm. It produces ova, isn't it? So male and female gametes are different, that is dioecious. Clear? Yes. Fertilization is oviporous. What do you mean by this oviporous? Oviporous means eggs are developed outside the body, right? So in oviparous, what happens? The eggs development, where it takes place? Outside body, right? So outside the body. So there are two types of fertilization. One is your oviparous and the second one is your viviparous. What happens in viviparous? The eggs are developed inside the body. Clear? And in oviparous, the eggs are formed outside the body. And the development is indirect. Now, in the last class also we have seen, or I have discussed that what do you mean by this indirect development and direct development. What is this indirect development? In indirect development, that means the adult is being formed, the baby is being formed from the larva. Okay, so from the larva, a new individual is being developed. Like in our case, we are exactly similar to our parents, isn't it? But in indirect development, the baby will not be exact similar to the parents. After they grow, then only they will be similar to the parents. Clear? That is your indirect development. And what happens in fertilization when the male and female gamete comes and fuse? So this is your male gamete and this is your female gamete. So fusion takes place. So when fusion takes place, what happens? The sperms are being released and this is your ova, right? So it leads to the formation of your zygote. So this is known as your fertilization. So what is this fertilization? Fusion of male and female gamete, which leads to the formation of zygote. That process is known as your fertilization. So further, what happens? How the baby is being developed? This zygote will undergo cell division. So this zygote undergoes cell division, and from that, what happens? When it undergoes cell division, an embryo is being formed. So embryo. Clear? So further, this embryo, it keeps on dividing. It reaches to various cell stage, right? And then only from the fetus, a baby is being born. Clear? So in case of this oviparous fertilization, the males, they are releasing the gametes in the water. So this is water, right? So the males are releasing the gametes in the water. So this gametes, it will go and it will fuse with the female. Is that clear? So that is outside the body. Understood? Yes. So what are the examples? Examples are your snail. That is apple snail. The scientific name is your Pila. Then pearl, oyster. So, you have seen these pearls, right? From where they are being obtained? They are being obtained from this pearl oyster, that is your Mollusca, right? So, how we are getting this pearl? We have to kill this animal for getting this pearl. So, we collect it from here only. So, inside this pearl oyster, we get this pearls. Clear? And next is your squid. Then octopus, which you have already seen. Then sea hare. Now this is your sea hare. So this is your sea hare, how it looks like. See. Then tusk shell and chiton. So this one is your chiton. So it has got a very soft body, you can see, isn't it? So these are the various examples of phylum Mollusca. Are you clear with the phylum Mollusca? Yes. I hope you are clear, right? Yes. Now the next phylum is your phylum Echinodermata. So what is this phylum Echinodermata? You can see here, isn't it? What is that? That is a starfish, right? So a starfish, you will see in the body of the starfish, they will be having like this. Where I will draw? I'll draw here. So yes, like this. If this is a starfish, they will be having like this spiny structure, so that their body is spiny body. So what is the body of this starfish? They have got what? They have got spiny body. Their body is not soft. Their body is spiny, right? So they have got spiny body. Clear? Now this starfish, we can divide it radially. So we can divide it in two equal halves that goes through the radius. We can divide it radially. So here you can see this is also one more animal of the Echinodermata. Now let us study the characteristics of this phylum Echinodermata. Now, what are the characteristics? They have endoskeleton of calcareous ossils. Now, already you know what is this calcareous ossils. Calcareous ossil is also a shell. So, it is basically a shell which provides the protection. It is made up of your calcium. Clear? So, it is a covering, it is the outer covering, that is, they have got it as endoskeleton. Endo means what? Endo means inside, right? So they have inside, they have inside. That means inside they have got this calcareous ossils. Clear? So that is endoskeleton. What is the endoskeleton? That is your calcareous ossils. Now habitat. They are exclusively marine. So the phylum Hemichordata we have studied, Hemichordata we will study today. You will see that these organisms are also exclusively marine. And also another phylum we have studied, that is your phylum Ctenophora, right? They are also your exclusively marine. We find it in water only. So habitat is your aquatic, that is they are exclusively marine. Clear? Yes. How is the body? They have got spiny body structure, as you have seen in the picture. Also you can see here this spines like structure, isn't it? So they have got this spiny body. Clear? Yes. What is the level of organization? Obviously, it will be your organ system level of organization. And this adult Echinodermata, they have got radially symmetrical body, whereas the larva, they have got this bilateral symmetrical body. That means their development is what? After the fertilization, the development will be indirect because they are producing the larva, that is the free swimming organisms. So from the larva, adult organism is being developed, isn't it? So their development will be indirect, that is from the larva. Clear? So germ layers, yes, obviously it will be your triploblasted because from the phylum Platyhelminthes, all the phylum will be your triploblastic. Remember, these are the very important things. The first thing is you have to know about the habitat, how is the body, how is the coelom, then how is your germ layer, all these things you have to remember. Clear? So coelom is, they are coelomate. Yes. So how is the digestive system? Their digestive system is complete. They have got a complete digestive system. And the mouth is present in the lower ventral side, whereas anus is present in the upper dorsal side. Now, what do you mean by this dorsal side? Dorsal means the front side which is facing the sunlight. And ventral is the back side. So let me show you if this is a starfish. Like this, let's say this is a starfish. So, yes, like this structure, here the anus is present. Clear? The anus is present in the upper dorsal side. So, this is your dorsal side. This is the dorsal side where the anus is present. Here, they have got the structures, right? So, these are the small feet. These are your feet which helps in the movement of this, that is locomotion of the starfish. Clear? And here they also have got a water canal. So they have got a water canal through which the water moves inside the body and helps in the process of various functioning in their body. So see, the most distinctive feature of Echinodermata is the presence of your water vascular system. So they have got here one water vascular system. So through this water vascular, that is VS means vascular system, okay, water vascular system, through which the water enters inside their body. So somewhere here they will be having this water vascular system, so which helps in locomotion, capture and transport of food and also in respiration. Clear? Yes, the excretory system is absent in them. Clear? There is, they do excretion with the help of their skin, so the excretory system is absent. Now the sexes are separate. That means you can identify which one is male and which one is female. And the reproduction is, they follow sexual mode of reproduction, that is fusion of both male and female gamete is being involved. And fertilization is usually external, that is they are oviporous. They release the eggs outside. They use what? They use water. So water they use in the water. What happens? They will release their eggs in the water. So the male will release the eggs in the water. It will go and fuse with the female, right? So the fertilization is external. That is, they do fertilization in the water. Clear? So they are oviporous. So development is indirect with fresh water larva. So development is indirect. That is, from the larva, adult will be developing, and that adult will not be similar to the baby. Clear? As you know about butterfly, what happens in that butterfly? From the eggs, then from the cocoon, then butterfly, isn't it? So that is larva, from the larva. Examples are your, yes, starfish, which we have already studied, then your sea arkin, then sea lily, right? And this is sea cucumber. This is your sea cucumber, how it looks like, see? So these are your spiny bodies, as I have said. So see, you can see like this, they have got spiny, they have also got this spiny body, isn't it? So see? So these are your sea cucumbers and brittle star, right? These are all the examples of this phylum Echinodermata. Clear? Yes. So what we are going to study next? The next phylum is your Hemichordata, right? So this Hemichordata was earlier, it was coming under the phylum Chordata only. Later, the scientists found that they have got some characteristics which are not matching with the chordata. Chordata, they will be having a notochord, right? So these organisms, they were not having this notochord. So for that, they are placed into a separate phylum, that is your phylum Hemichordata. So they were earlier coming under the phylum Chordata only. So question might come, which phylum? Earlier it came under phylum Chordata. It is your phylum Hemichordata. Clear? So subphylum is your phylum Chordata. Then they are also aquatic. They are found in the marine. That is, they are exclusively marine animals. This Hemichordata, they are only found in the water, right? Aquatic. So we can write they are exclusively marine animals. Clear? Note it down. This phylum consists of a small group of worm-like organisms. So this phylum, they consist of a small group of worm-like organisms. And the level of organization is your organ system. All the phylum will be your organ system only, from phylum Platyhelminthes. Clear? Yes. Now let's see the symmetry. How is the symmetry? Yes, they are bilaterally symmetrical. That means their body can be divided into two equal halves, right? Bi means what? Bi means two. So their body can be divided into two equal halves. Right? So germ layer is triploblastic, then coelomate, they are coelomate, they have got a cavity, then body is cylindrical, right? And circulation is open circulation in case of this phylum Hemichordate. And they feeds on what? They feeds on mud and sand. So what happens? This type of animals, they live under the sand. Here, this is a sea, okay? They live deep inside the sea. So suppose this is the Hemichordate. So it is living in deep inside the sea, and it feeds on what? It feeds on mud. It basically feeds on this phytoplanktons. So planktons. So it is a filter feeder. This type of animals, they are also called as filter feeders. They are filter feeders. So from the mud, what happens? They take the phytoplanktons along with the water and they filter it, and only what they consume? They consume this phytoplanktons from the water. Clear? So they feed on the mud and also sand. Mostly they feed on this phytoplanktons which are present in the deep sea water. And they are filter feeder which eats the protozoans and the phytoplanktons which I have already discussed. Clear? Yes. All right. Now, how is this body? What are the various body parts? Let us see. So, as you can see in this picture, this is your balanoglossus. So, this is a hemichordata. Example of hemichordata is your balanoglossus. So, you can see it has got three parts. So, what are the three parts? This is your proboscis. So, here in this proboscis glands are present. So this proboscis glands, it helps in excretion. This region is known as your collar. So this is the collar. Here the mouth is present. Here the mouth is present and this is the trunk. So here in the trunk, this some hepatic cells are present. All right. So here in the proboscis, what happens? The proboscis, proboscis glands are present. So this proboscis glands, what they do? They help in the process of excretion. Clear? So this is the mouth and this is the collar and this is the trunk. Here is your anus. This is your anus. Clear? So this is the structure, that is proboscis, collar and trunk. These are the three body parts of your this phylum. Clear? Next, how they reproduce? They are dioecious. Clear? Then fertilization is external. That is, they are reproducing by this oviparous. They are oviparous, right? Then yes, they are oviparous, and development is your indirect. They follow this indirect mode of development. That is, from the larva, it will develop into adult. Clear? Yes. Now, respiration. How they respire? With the help of your gills. And what are the excretory organ? That is your proboscis glands, right? We have already studied. Excretory organ is your proboscis glands. So, example is your balanoglossus and saccoglossus. Clear? Yes. And the last phylum for today is your phylum Chordata. How colorful, isn't it? This fish, and isn't it? So this is the monitor lizard, right? So these are all your organisms which are coming under the phylum Chordata. So let us study the characteristics. What are the general characteristics of this phylum Chordata? So they are characterized by the presence of your notochord. So this phylum, they will be having, so this is the structure, let's say. Let me draw it properly. Okay. Let me take this color. Okay. So this is the structure. Here is the eye, right? So they have like this structure that is known as your notochord. Clear? So this is your notochord. On top of this notochord, they have got this nerve fiber, and this is your tail. So this is the this is the post anal tail they have, and here they have got what? Gills. So this is your pharyngeal gills. So this is your gills. Clear? So you can remember it like this, NDTP. So N is what? N is your notochord, right? D is what? D is your dorsal nerve. Okay, D is your dorsal nerve. T is what? T is your, this one, post-anal tail, post-anal tail. And What is this P? P is your pharyngeal gills. R-Y and G-E-A-L. So P is your pharyngeal. So you can remember this N-D-T-P. These are the three important things. So which are the characteristics of this phylum Chordata? Organization is, yes, organ system level of organization. Symmetry, they are bilateral symmetry. Then germ layers, they are triploblastic. Then they are coelomate. Sorry, they are coelomate. They have circulatory system, that is, they have closed circulatory system, that is, they have got this blood vessels, right? And segmentation is, they are unsegmented. So yes, now here also you can see, this is the picture, they have got a nerve cord, right? So this nerve cord is what? This is your dorsal nerve cord, and this side is the ventral side, right? So this gills, what is the function of gills? You know that gills helps in respiration. So they have got gills which helps in what? Which helps in your respiration. Clear? So this is the post-anal part, right? And this is your notochord. Is that clear? So this is your notochord, which is hollow. So they have got a hollow notochord. This is the structure of this chordata. Clear? Yes. So what are the various subphylum coming under this phylum Chordata? Phylum Chordata has been divided into three subphylum, that is your Europodata, then Cephalochordata, and vertebrates. So these are the three phylum which are coming under this phylum Chordata. So in case of this Europodata, what happens? They are, yes, Europodata and Cephalochordata are often referred to as protochordates and are exclusively marine. So these are what? These are all, these two are exclusively marine. So they are exclusively marine. So these two are your exclusively marine organism, that is Europodata and Cephalochordata. So yes, in Europodata you will see that notochord is present only in the larval tail. So in Europodata, the notochord, you have seen which one is notochord, isn't it? It is present in the dorsal side. So it is present in what? It is present only in the larval tail, that is in the tail portion. And whereas in case of Cephalochordata, it is present from head to tail. So Cephalochordata has got notochord from head to tail. Clear? Whereas in case of Europodata, what happens? It has got this notochord only in the larval tail. Clear? And what is this vertebrates? This is the organisms which are having this spinal cord, isn't it? So we will be studying this vertebrates, that is birds, mammals, the reptiles, everything is coming under this vertebrates, isn't it? We have got a spinal cord. So we will be studying this vertebrates phylum in the next class in detail. Clear? So yes, examples are of Europodata is your Ascidia. So you can see this is the picture of your Ascidia, right? This is a chordata, Europodata. Then Cephalochordata is Branchiostoma. These are the examples. It will come in your examination. You have to remember the name of this examples. Clear? So this is all about your phylum Chordata. Now, can you differentiate between this phylum chordates and non-chordates? Till now, till this Echinodermata, Hemichordates, we have been studying the non-chordates, isn't it? So here in chordates, what are the difference? What are the difference between this chordates and non-chordates? So have you seen this notochord in non-chordates? No, right? So this notochord is present only in case of your this chordates. Chordates have only this notochord. This is one difference. Whereas in case of non-chordates, notochord are absent. So central nervous system. The central nervous system is dorsal, hollow and single in case of your chordates. Whereas in case of non-chordates, it is your ventral, solid and double. Clear? And the pharynx is perforated by gill slits. We have seen that pharyngeal gill slits, isn't it, in chordates, and then gill slits are absent in case of this non-chordates. So heart is ventral, whereas in case of this, heart is dorsal if it is present. Clear? And a post-anal tail which is present. You have seen that, right? In chordates, they have got this post-anal tail, but this is absent in case of your non-chordates. So this is all about the difference between your chordates and non-chordates. Yes, by this we are done with your phylum Chordata. I hope you have understood these 4 phylums which we have discussed today. So if you have understood this, answer to this MCQ questions. So radula is found in which phylum we have studied this radula? Yes, Pila. Pila is the scientific name of, yes, snail, isn't it? So it is found in your, where? It is found in your Pila species, right? So they have got radula, that is file-like organ, which helps them what? Which helps them in feeding, isn't it? So this is your Pila, right? Then turtles. What are these turtles? Are they arthropods? Are they pisces? Or reptiles? Or the molluscas? These turtles will come here. That is reptiles. Clear? The next question, which of the following is a pseudocoelomate? So where you have seen the pseudocoelomate? It is seen in Aschelhelminthes, right? So it is seen in this Aschelhelminthes. Yes. So here you will see the pseudocoelomates. So next question is, which kind of symmetry occurs in sea anemone? So in sea anemone, what you will see? You will see a radial symmetry. So it is your radial symmetry. So phylum that does not have a true coelom. Which phylum does not have true coelom? It is your phylum Platyhelminthes. They do not have true coelom. And they should divide respiratory, excretory and circulatory organs. Which of the phylum they are devoid of? So roundworms you have studied, you have seen that they have got this organs, right? This one, that is your sponges, they do not have this respiratory, excretory and the circulatory organs, right? So sponges, that is coming under phylum Porifera, they have only cellular level of organization. Clear? Yes. So by this, we are done with today's session. In today's class, we have learned about 4 phylum, isn't it? So phylum Mollusca, then what we have learned? We have learned about phylum Echinodermata, then Hemichordates and chordates, isn't it? So I think you have understood all the concepts. So if you have liked this video, do like it and also share it with others so that someone will be getting benefit out of it. And don't forget to click on the bell icon so that you will be getting notification of all my classes. So be connected with Vista's Learning. I'll meet you in my next class. Till then, take care and bye-bye.